What is up, guys? I have not made a video in like, what has it been, like 2-3 weeks? It's been crazy. It's been hectic. I'm currently driving back home. It's probably gonna take me about an hour with traffic. But yeah, so man, so honestly, I've only been gone just because me and my wife took a vacation. Then we had a wedding that we needed to go to on her side of the family. And honestly, the rest of this week, I've just been like working and a lot of drama at work and stuff, so have not had the time to, that's a lie. There's always time to make a video. There's always time to make a video. I just genuinely didn't feel like making a video. Dude, like working a lot of hours, kind of, I wouldn't say stressed, but just extremely tired, working overtime. So, you know, you guys know. You guys work way harder than me, to be honest with you. But one of the reasons why I'm making this video is there's been so much that, like, I've wanted to make a video over these last couple weeks, because, like, some of the stuff that I've seen and some of the things that's, like, been going on has been like wild. First off, I downloaded Whatnot for the first time like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, man, it cannot be this hype. Like, Whatnot cannot be the problem, bro. I'm telling you, dog. In a sense of Dragon Ball, I know everybody thinks of Whatnot and like ripping ships and mystery bag, repackaged slab bags, whatever. Yo, even in Dragon Ball, it's actually just a different beast too. I'm over here looking at people selling 25, 75 cent cards. Like, and granted, this is not everybody. For the most part, usually the cards don't go too high. But I watched a guy auction off a rare. It was like 75 cents when I checked it on TCG Player. Dude, a rare sold for $20. Bro, you guys are buying rares for $20? That's crazy, bro. The Mythic Booster, which is the fact that Mythic Booster sealed is $150 or $130 a box is actually insane. That set is absolute dog water. Yeah, the artwork and some of the, the alts and the gold foiling and stuff like that is actually pretty cool on the cards, to be real with you. But in reality, that set has literally no value in it. I think it was the 6-drop red blue Goku, the gold version from Mythic Booster. I think the thing is like 10, maybe 15 bucks. Bro, 2 weeks ago, that thing was like 10, 15 bucks. A dude sold that shit for $80. He auctioned that shit off at $80. And I'm talking like people were bidding into that shit. Like, I bid, like, I was like, okay, if I can squeeze this card for like $5, I'll make like, double my money or something like that. No, bro, he sold this $10 card for $80. And what makes it even funnier is he posted up another card. I think it was the Majin Buu versus Goku for Masters. He posted that up. The card was like 90 or 100 bucks, and I won the auction for 55. And I'm like, this market makes absolutely no sense. Like, it's way worse than what I thought it was. Like, I'm thinking in my mind, like, okay, you guys are overpaying like for like the super high stuff and buying it at all-time highs. I'm like, no, bro. Some of y'all are buying $100 card like me, like $100 cards for like 50, 55, and some of y'all are buying $10 cards for $80. Like, this, none of this shit makes any sense. I have no fucking idea how to, like, bro, my way of navigating this crazy ass market is literally just to, and I'm not looking at my phone. It just, the timing on it is actually pretty funny, but I'm looking at my maps because I don't know how to get back home from where I was. And somebody's driving like a maniac. But yeah, I'm like, my way of navigating this market is literally to just be like firm and stern on like percentages and to not buy into extreme buyouts or hype cycles, because like and this kind of bleeds into like another thing that I wanted to talk about like kind of last week, and I started making a video, but it just didn't work out. Of accepting, you know, that you're not going to win every single purchase or buy or trade or whatever you do. You're not going to win every single one. There's been, like, I recently have been repricing some of my cards because I have 2 shows next weekend. Today is the 12th, I think. Yeah, I think today is the 12th. I can't check the date right now when I'm making this video. And I have a show on the 20th and a different show on the 21st. So 2 shows in a weekend. So I'm repricing my cards, and I'm like, I noticed that like 2 of my energy markers, I think it's the Vegito and the UI Goku that I guess you can get in the regionals for Fusion World. I noticed, I was like, oh man, these things have tanked. I was like, they're not the same price. And then I remembered I picked up both of those in a trade at a show for like $90. And I didn't, you know, it was a straight trade with a vendor. So like, and I'm almost certain that the card that I traded him ended up going down in value too. But yeah, I think I picked both of those cards up at like 80 or 90 bucks a piece. And I think the UI Goku energy marker, just the base one, not the alt, is like, I think that shit's like $20. And the Vegito is $35. So like, oh yeah, like I lost my ass on that. But when I was kind of repricing, I was like, damn man, I lost like a lot of money on some of these cards. I had to also pause, and this is what, you know, taking time, taking a breath, and just kind of looking at the whole picture instead of like looking at the whole piece of the whole puzzle instead of just the one piece. Because sometimes you'll get discouraged when you can't like fit that one piece into place. But like when you look at everything, no, you know what? No, that's a fucking honestly, all right. We're all nerds. For the most part. So most of us watch all like anime and all the other shit. How many times have you like watched an anime and then one episode is absolute dog water, like absolute ass cheeks, or even a season is absolute ass, and you're like, why the hell am I even watching this? Like, this is so garbage. The show is dog water. But then like when you go back and you watch everything, like all the seasons, all the episodes, even some of the filler arcs and stuff like that, you're like, you know what? This actually ain't as bad as what I thought it was. That's kind of how I had to view some of my purchases and buys and trades and sales and stuff. Because if I just kind of harped and hounded on the losses that I've taken, whether they be just 10% losses or in the sense of the energy markers, like 70 and damn near like 60 and almost like 80%, you know, value drops, then I feel like most people would just quit. But then I had to like go back and think like, yo, I can't, you know, I can't even say how many times I've like bought a card and then it ended up getting bought out, and there was a few sales at that buyout price, and I was able to sell a card at, you know, for that inflated value that honestly doesn't make sense. Or me being at a show as a buyer and not a vendor, going up to a table and seeing a card that's mispriced, or, you know, they bought the card maybe a month or 2 weeks ago, and now the card has gone up in price and they haven't repriced their sticker because they didn't have time. So like there's been times where I've bought like some One Piece cards. I think it was the VV from EBO3, the SP. A vendor had it listed at 300, and at the time the card was like 380. Or no, he had it listed at 320, and then the card was 380, and I bought it for 300. So I made $80 there. Like, you know, there was a couple other Dragon Ball cards where it's like I bought them before people looked at them, and then, you know, a couple weeks later they ended up getting bought out and doubled in price. So it's like I have to take the whole picture and not just like the small piece. And you know, when I'm looking at the type of stuff when you're doing this type of vending or buying and selling and stuff, because you will get discouraged if you just look at your losses. You have to also take into account some of your profits, some of your, you know, your W's and wins, and that's just kind of like how you stay in a good headspace too. And last thing, I know I'm like all over the place, so if you've made it to the end of this video, to the end of this part, I appreciate you. I love you. You guys are gorgeous, handsome, you know, beautiful, your chiseled jaw and all of that, yada yada yada. You're stronger than Goku. Maybe not Goku. You're stronger than Yamcha, for sure. Today, I made the decision to restart something that like I don't really talk about or haven't talked about like publicly on my channel, but for like the last 5 years, and some people know this, I've been selling on TCG Player. I started out with Yu-Gi-Oh and Dragon Ball. I eventually dropped Dragon Ball because bulk in Dragon Ball is like really weird and doesn't really sell that well because of the way that the game is with power creep and stuff. Then eventually I dropped Yu-Gi-Oh and I think I dropped Dragon Ball. Then eventually I dropped Yu-Gi-Oh and got back into Dragon Ball. And then I started getting into One Piece. And I also stopped multiple times. Like I've really been doing it part-time, but today and more recently within the last year, I've been doing more One Piece sales on TCG Player. So basically 100% of my inventory was One Piece. And I just decided I don't have currently the time to really focus on TCG Player and give it the attention and do like all of the listing and all that other stuff. So I just sold all my bulk. And granted, I've made my money back like tenfold on all of this bulk that I've accumulated over like, you know, at least the past year at least. But I had about 60,000 commons and uncommons, and people that are on TCG Player that are like really deep in that, like stores and shit, like they know that 60,000 is like fucking baby numbers. Like there are people that have like hundreds of thousands of cards in their inventory, and people that have like a backlog of cards that need to get listed in the millions. So 60,000 like bulk commons and uncommons, or just non-foils in general, is absolutely nothing. And then I think I had about 4,000 foils. That's not including SRs. Like it might have been a couple SRs, but that's like pirate foils, Jolly Roger foils, rares, and yeah, just like I said, mainly just foils and stuff. I don't think I had any SRs in there. If I did, congratulations to the person I sold the bulk to. So I sold all of that for just a little bit under 1,000. But like I said, I've made my money back on all of that bulk, and luckily for me, I was also able to sell the bulk back for the same price that I picked the bulk up for. The commons and uncommons were the same price. The foil bulk was actually a little bit higher than what I used to buy bulk for, and I'm gonna use that money, one, to pay like a credit card that you know, hey, look, man, sometimes cracking packs is a little addictive, but I'll use that money to pay down a credit card that should have been paid off, but I just kind of forgot, but I need to pay it off. And two, to use that to either buy more singles, whether that be Dragon Ball, One Piece, maybe a little bit of Pokemon if I'm kind of feeling it. Or even kind of dip and dab into like Riftbound or something like that. Or honestly, I could use this same money to reinvest into bulk when I also have the time to, because I just don't have the time right now. So there's a lot of different things that I kind of have an idea of what to do. And like a little bit under $1,000 is not a lot of money. Like it is a lot of money, like, but in the grand scheme of buying cards, collections, and bulk and stuff like that, it's really not a lot of money. But yeah, that's honestly pretty much it for this video. I just kind of wanted to ramble in the car because I got like another like 45-minute car ride. So I just wanted to ramble, kind of get my thoughts out, and actually just one take this. This is a solo take. I'm not remaking this video. I'm keeping all of the yapping and ums and ahs and all that other stuff in there. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. My next video, I'll probably show you guys like my inventory for my upcoming show, like during the week, depending on kind of how work goes. But I'll definitely try to make a video and post it, and do that kind of fun jazz. But until next time, you guys take it easy, peace, relax, hug some loved ones, and hey, go out, grab a drink, and go kiss on like some girls or guys or whatever you're into. It doesn't matter. Peace.